Michael Jordan, a $4 million a year superstar, leaping, twirling, flying through the air like a man unleashed from gravity.
You are watching a master at work.
It's your boy TL Kicks with Chris coming to you today with another episode. Today I have with me the Jordan 4 Cement Golf. Now I know it's been a minute. I kind of hinted at these a while ago, but I'm just now able to do a review on them. So let's get into it. Also, if this is your first time coming to the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments with any additional questions. So let's get into it. So the Jordan 4 was really one of the first Jordans to kind of cross over into pop culture or hip hop culture in the movie Do the Right Thing. I'll show a clip from that later. But in that particular movie, one of the characters was wearing the Air Jordan 4 Cement. So that was major for Nike and a major culture push for the Jordan brand in and of itself. So the Jordan 4 the cement has seen an 89 release, a 99 release, a 2012 release, 2016 release, and now a 2021 release, which is only right since MJ has retired from basketball and he plays golf every day. This is perfect. So seeing all those releases, it's been interesting to kind of see the transition from each particular pair. So with the 1989 release, we had the perfect OG pair. We had the Nike Air on the back, which obviously they didn't give us with the golf version, but we had the Nike Air on the back. We had the perfect splash with the cement colorway. Everything about the shoe was just greatness. The mold was just right. Everything was perfect. Follow up to the 1999 pair. That particular pair had some subtle differences. It did kind of match the cement color. However, it did not have the 99 Nike branding on it. It still had the Jumpman on it. So that kind of had sneaker enthusiasts kind of like backing off of it. But with regards to moving on to 2012 kind of tried to master the same feeling. Still no Nike Air on the back. And then here came 2016. They finally gave us the Nike Air on the booty and hooked that up and got it where it needed to be. So now we fast forward to 2021. We've got it in a golf shoe. Everything about this shoe is done right. Still missing the Nike Air, but I do understand Jordan brand's relevancy to why they did do that, being as though this is a golf shoe. I guess they kind of wanted to switch lanes and kind of change it up a little bit. But historically, the shoe is pretty true to OG form outside of the Nike Air. So let's take a deeper look at how the shoe is going to work and how it's fitted. So I think one of the biggest things to keep in mind with this shoe is that it is somewhat of a stitch for stitch to the 2016 outside of the Jumpman logo on the back. Everybody was that was kind of a big thing for a lot of sneakerheads. I did expect to see the Nike Air on there. So when I saw the Jumpman, I was a little disappointed. But otherwise, stitch for stitch, they did pretty good with the shoe. They did reinforce the midsole to kind of give you that extra durability. So that was really cool, especially you're gonna be playing round after round. You wanna make sure that they're gonna hold up. Also with this area, this is normally mesh, but they actually closed it off because these are breathability like pods for your shoe to be able to vent while you're playing and while you're walking, etc. But they blocked that off for the sake of this shoe, quote unquote, being waterproof. That was actually a good call on Nike's behalf. So I do like that subtle difference. They kept the air unit the same, which is cool. Now the leather, I don't know if you guys can see, but I wore these in a little photo shoot not too long ago. So you can kind of see you got a little bend there. But the toe is pretty decent, but I can tell you now that toe, after wearing these probably one round, you're gonna get some really good creases there. So just kind of keep that in mind. Also, with the lace locks, these particular lace locks on the 2016 pair, it did have more of kind of, it wasn't a gloss, but it wasn't as matted as this. I know the reason that they matted it is because, again, it's waterproof, so they didn't want to put anything on there that after a while would kind of fade or stain or, you know, what have you. Obviously, they still give us the Jordan with the flight at the bottom. And then a lot of people wonder, like, why is this backwards? So back in the day, 89 to be exact, you know, if you was flexing on folks and they wanted to see if your joint was real, you just flip it down while you have them on your feet so they can see, oh, that's that Air Jordan, and it's facing them and not you. So that's just a little historical aspect from it. That's where that comes from. But overall, I am satisfied with the shoe. I do like the execution. Now onto the sole, the outsole. The outsole is really cool. Unlike the 2015 or 2016 counterpart, they did go with this kind of like obsidian blue here, but on the 2016 it's actually a black. And there's going to be a lot of people that hit me up in the comments and ask. I'll go ahead and answer the question now. If you do ask, I'm just going to refer you to the minutes and the seconds on when I say this. But this shoe these spikes are removable, but because of this sole being kind of this rubber sole, I would not recommend wearing them on the street. You'll probably get away, you know, with being able to wear them in grass, but once you start walking on concrete with this material, it's not going to be the funnest. So just spend the extra bread, get you a set of OG 2016s and just rock it like that. Plus they got the Nike on the back. But for all my golf heads, these are ideal. Very well done, very well executed. So this is definitely a must cop for anybody that's interested in a good golf shoe, but also interested in something that's a nice silhouette and that kind of shows your sneaker appeal in a certain way too. So there's that. So needless to say, Nike did their thing on this particular pair. I do like how everything came out. The materials, I'm really curious about the leather and see how it's gonna hold up, especially with the waterproof. I think one area that I did not address was this area here. And then this tab, a lot of people are like curious, is this tab gonna itch my ankles? Well, if you're wearing these, you should probably not wear these with no-show shocks. I just recommend that. Get you, you know what I'm saying, either some nice like mid-calf socks, or you can even hit them with the dad socks. I'm doing the mid-calf socks, but nobody should be wearing a no-show sock with the high top sneaker. Just don't recommend that. But I'm curious to see how this material will hold up if it gets wet. Outside of that, shoe is dope. Still didn't bless us with the Zoom Air Nike. What's up with that? But if you've been paying attention to the channel for some time, then you are aware that there are 3 more OG pairs coming, or should I say 2 more. We've got the Fire Red, we've got the Bread 4, and then we got the Military 4. So I mentioned those on my Jordan, Jordan First Look part 1 video. I'd also mentioned some other pairs that are pretty cool. So if you haven't checked that out already, I'll be sure to tag that down in the comments. But as always, man, I appreciate you tuning in, and big shout out to Hack Life, my boy Ty over there, blessing me with the apparel. Great stuff on the way. But yeah, as always, man, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think about these in the comments and if you'll be copping a pair. Otherwise, y'all have a blessed rest of the day. Later.